The progressive relaxation is a quintessential relaxation technique that is used in so many different modalities. You'll probably see a lot of it in yoga, meditation. It is basically we are going to move from one part of the body to the next to help your body relax, right? Because we talked about how getting into the hypnotic state is about relaxing the body and then the mind follows suit. So the progressive relaxation is really going to give your mind the ability to focus on each place and each moment. Typical rule of thumb is that if you're going to start from the top of the head, you would start from the top of the head if someone was sitting up. If they are laying down, you would start with the feet and move to the head. Again, it's completely however you want to do it, but try it out, see what works for you, see what doesn't, and you're going to go slowly. You're going to go each part of the body, right? So you might start with I want you to imagine and visualize at the top of your head a soothing light. For some people, maybe you want to use a soothing liquid flowing down the body. Maybe it is a sensation of a hand touching the top of the head, like a Reiki hand. But however you want to do it, it might just be a thought of, I want to bring my awareness to the top of my head. And I want to think about the top of my head being my center point as I begin to move, right? Because we want to talk to the muscles. We want to talk mind body connection. And so as we start at the top of the head, let's assume we're all sitting. Um, you're gonna close your eyes. And again, you can start with the breath to trigger in that relaxation, right? So we might breathe right into the top of the head to set the momentum, set the pacing. And we're going to go, I want my awareness because it's all about the thoughts, all about awareness. We're going to bring them to the top of the head. Now you can visualize and imagine what it would be like, or look like, or feel like to have a soothing liquid being poured over the top of the head. You could also imagine, visualize, picture, pretend drawing a circle on the top of the head, right? You're giving benchmarks or pointers or placement. You could imagine a light. But whatever you do, right, it's all about moving downward and causing a heavy sensation in the body because when we relax every muscle, what I'm going to use a terrible analogy, but when someone is passed out drunk or dead asleep, right, all of the muscles in the body are turned off. Maybe not all of them, right? But like you are dead weight because the muscles have stopped moving and working. And that's what we're gauging toward is to get the body to be so relaxed that it's so heavy. And when we're heavy, we begin to move downward. And so that is the goal for this progressive relaxation is to move down. And the mind, because down, right? When you think about moving everything down, we know gravity, it's a sensation we can tap into. When we know down, we know it's a finite direction to go. So we're moving down, right? And we're going to move down the body and we're going to question it's like, if I relax the muscles in my neck with that soothing liquid, or maybe that beautiful light, or just with my awareness, if I allow the muscles in the neck to soften, what does my head feel like? We're going to be open to being curious, right? We don't have to tell it to feel heavy. Just being curious of how does it feel if my head got heavier and heavier. And you're going to allow that sensation and you're going to stick with the neck for a little bit until you really feel that happen. Maybe it's thinking about the muscles in the neck being like butter melting. You can use metaphors, right? That every muscle in your body is like butter. And you're beginning to melt the butter in the neck and feeling that heavy sensation. Where does it begin to move? Does it move the head heavier? Moving it down. And you'll notice you can try different things, right? What if my shoulders were like ice and then they began to thaw, right? And allowing it, notice when the sensation kicks right in. Is it with the metaphor? Is it with the relax my shoulders? I relax my shoulders People learn either metaphorically or directly. So you're going to go learn what works for you, going slowly. Okay, I'm letting my shoulders relax, like the weight of the world just melting away, maybe like a heavy backpack being taken off, the stress of the day, the week, the month, the year. Let the shoulders drop. And as I go through this, just recognize how when I say it, where you get the response, right? Let the shoulders feel heavy, let the arms release. And you're going to go down right through the arms. Let the arms get heavy, let the elbow. Imagine your muscles turning off like a light switch. You can turn off the muscles. Challenge the mind. The mind likes a challenge, right? If your arms were too heavy to even lift, I love playing this game with myself when I'm laying in bed. I know I'm in the hypnotic state when I give myself the thought, my arms are too heavy to lift. And that feels great. And I'll pretend to try to lift them. Like, even if I pretend, they actually do become too heavy to lift. And it's crazy. It's like my arms and my hands are glued. Only if you want that to be the case, right? Because you know where you're going is a relaxed state where you can create change, right? And so if we give ourselves permission to rest our arms on the throne, to let our hands connect to our throne ourselves, right? And that throne card being the king and queen of our experience, letting the arms get heavier and heavier, that if I tried to lift them, the harder it becomes. And so I let them go twice as deep. I feel a light tingle in my fingers, right? We look for those tingling sensations, the heaviness, and doing more of what works. And that's a wonderful feeling to let the arms get heavier and heavier. Once the arms are heavy, we can move back down the body, or maybe you're going to notice when your arms are really heavy and your mind is really clear and focused. Sometimes that's enough. And then you can go into giving yourself suggestions of what it is you want, right? Visualizing, imagining that I am, again, walking up onto my platform where my throne to my life is, and sitting down and owning it comfortably, allowing myself to get more and more comfortable with the throne, the crown on my head. But maybe you need more time to relax the rest of the body. And we're going to go all the way down through the chest, thinking about, again, each muscle, each area, giving it permission to release. I know the stomach can hold a lot of tension and a lot of emotion, especially guilt and frustration. And so when we give ourselves that permission to release the stomach, you'll feel your lower back loosened as well. Um, Again, you can just those gentle breaths, every gentle exhale. Again, the natural breath, not the controlled breath. Feeling yourself like you're sinking deeper, like little micro movements down and down. And then just as we did the legs, we can also do, just as we did the arms, we can also do the legs, right? Going thigh muscles, hamstrings, do the knees, right? Maybe it's telling your body it has permission to relax, it's safe. Other things that you can use if you want to go from the toes to the shoulders and the top of the head, you can also imagine a warm blanket, right? A warm blanket being pulled up the body. You could visualize, take a moment to imagine the blanket, what it looks like, feels like. Is it a chunky knit like you're seeing on, Instagram everywhere, or is it your blanket from your bed? Is it heavy? Is it light? And how does it feel when you begin to slowly move it? Can you start the tingling sensation in the toes? Because some people, this is a great challenge for yourself, is get the tingling to start in the toes and see if with the warm blanket you can begin to pull it up. There's a million ways to do the progressive relaxation. You could even visualize stepping into a tub, right? Placing your foot into the warm water slowly. How that warm sensation soothes the muscles, right? And then slowly slide yourself into the bath. Again, the progressive relaxation is really just about progressing or relaxation through the body. There's a million ways to visualize it and do it. And again, once you've done that, you can toggle into the next relaxation technique, whether, it's the next visual or imagination, or maybe your mind will be open enough that you can then give yourself the suggestions, right, of what you love, what you want. Again, this is where the intention comes in. You may even have an affirmation that you've written beforehand where you can now say it. I am the king or queen of my throne. I feel more and more confident sitting atop it, whatever it is that you'd like to accomplish. So I'm going to ask you, if you are in the hypnotic state, to just take a nice deep cleansing breath, bringing yourself back up so that we can move into the next one. If you have any questions about the progressive relaxation, feel free to drop them in the live chat. Claire, I love my weighted blanket too. And again, it's finding the imagery and the thoughts and the visuals that work for you. And you might find as you use them, some of the visuals are going to be really easy to tap into. And some of them are going to be more imagination, reminding yourself that, again, like the difference is visuals are clear pictures. Imagination is more like, I can't see it perfectly, but it like flashes in, and maybe you're drawing upon a memory. And so, whatever helps you, do more of that.